Okay. Hi, everyone. So, for those people who could not attend the review session last week, I decided to record this review session and post it online. It will be through announcements. So, um, the exam has three sections. One is multiple choice, second is short answers, and the third one and the hardest one is concept question. So, for the first session, I will definitely on Monday release your quizzes that you had through all semester. So look those quizzes first, and you should not have problems doing one. So some basic stuff that I wanted to give you about the first section. So it has 15 questions. Each of them is 2 marks. Um, and I will expect you to know about peptidoglycan, monomers in peptidoglycans, and how are they connected. Again, penicillin binding proteins, because that was apparently a big problem. That question was a big problem on quizzes. So look what penicillin binding proteins are. Um, you need to understand mean-E, mean-D lead oscillation, like who is leading and who is following, and which one is getting replaced by FTSD, what is ZA doing, etc. So, like basic theories on physiology. Um, Chemotaxis, there is very specifically explained in my slides what's happening when attractant is present versus when attractant is not present, like when it's counterclockwise movement, when it's clockwise movement, and when is methylation dominating and when is phosphorylation dominating. So that's what you need to know. You need to know about which are two main components of proton multiphores. Uh, you need to know synthesis of fatty acids, main enzymes, especially those that are in charge for that are antibiotic targets. Then SEC and TAG systems. So you need to understand the basic steps like in SEC and TAG translocation systems, especially SEC, and what is the difference between post-translational and post-translational. You need to know landmark for each secretion system. So basically, some 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 basic stuff, but not to recognize any picture of secretion system, but basic stuff of landmarks uh, for each of them. Then about stringent response and differences between the A and spotty and how is stringent response, well, how is ribosome involved in stringent response, like what's happening with ribosome during the stringent response, how the ribosome participates in it, like how it helps cells to figure out that there is a stringent response. Then, in terms of low pH adaptations, you have to know what are adaptations of bacteria to low and high pH stress. Reductant and oxidants, I will ask you to understand what is, for example, oxidized and what's reduced for of cofactor. Like, for example, FAD is oxidized, FADH is reduced for. Then central carbon metabolism, enzymes that are key enzymes in central carbon metabolism. So key enzymes that are, for example, involved in glycolysis, EMP and EPP, key enzymes in PCA cycle. Um, then in terms of metal reduction, you need to understand when manganese and iron are used as electrodomes, as electron reductants, and some examples, like for example, what are nanowires? Um, Denitrification, specifically microbial versus eukaryotic denitrification, so check that slide. Uh, Common MOX and NOB and AOB and AOA, so nitrifiers. So what's the difference between them? Um, and then in terms of short snappers, so this brings you 30 points. So there are 5 questions, so each of them 6 points. No, actually, each of them 5 points, and there are 6 questions. Sorry. So you need to understand nitrogen metabolism, GS Goga system. So check that I really like to ask. Uh, in terms of microbiome, I would like you to understand the response in high fiber versus low fiber diet. So from physiological standpoint, uh, Then animals as organisms. So understand those bacteria and what are their main characteristics. And in terms of metals, we talked specifically about one metal and its toxicity. So track that, like how important is that metal? Like sometimes it's toxic, sometimes it's important. Then we talked about one specific enzymes when we talked about early life, one specific enzyme, and we talked about that for early life metabolism. So that enzyme is quite important nowadays in one specific type of economy. Again, I can't, I cannot tell you because I will tell you the question, and also understand basics of microbial fuel cell. Then concept questions. You have one, two, three, four, five, six concept questions, and one of them has ABC. So, first question in concept question section, you will be given a picture of cell, and you will be asked some questions about that cell, like what's carbon source, what's energy source, main metabolic process. So you have to be able to recognize that. So it's a fill in the gap. Then the second question in this section has ABC. So so I can't tell you what question is, but we talked about carbon dioxide fixation and the ways to fix it. So you have to know about these pathways. And then the last four questions are about energetic. We talked about two types of reactions in terms of energy, and again, oxidant and reductant. It's something that I will ask, and better you respond, more points you will get. And there are two bonus questions, one by me, one by Britain, and that will boost up your multiple choice loss questions and questions in section 2 and 3. So basically, you should read whatever is written on the beginning of the exam. So there are two bonus questions, one is from me, one from Brittany. So you don't have to answer them, but one correctly answered bonus question can replace two missed multiple choices from section 1 or one missed question from section 2, short snappers. Like basically you can get 4 points for that. In addition, your final mark is on the border. You can qualify to receive higher mark if you answer one or two bonus questions. So pretty cool. So anyway, that's all from me. Good luck, and I hope you will get like A plus. See you.